Well, if you have enjoyed major motion pictures like Aquaman, Conjuring 2, Wrath of the Titans, or Orphan, or television like The Walking Dead, then you have enjoyed the screenwriting of a childhood friend of mine, David Leslie Johnson-Goldrick.
That's right, and David has written the Warner Brothers DC Comics Aquaman sequel, The Aquaman Lost Kingdom. It's going to be awesome. It's starring Jason Momoa, and it opens today in theaters nationwide. So we had a chance to catch up with David in California via Zoom to get the inside track on his blockbuster new film. Take a look.
Hey friends, welcome in. Well, there is a major Hollywood blockbuster being released today, and as fate would have it, I grew up with the guy who wrote this film. He's a dear friend.
It's crazy. Two Mansfield, Ohio boys that did good. So I'm very proud of you all.
I appreciate that. Well, we want to introduce you to David Leslie Johnson-Goldrick. And David is a major Hollywood screenwriter. He wrote the first Aquaman film. 15 episodes of The Walking Dead, I think, and plus there's Conjuring.
Oh, love the Conjuring
that you
too.
love as well. So, David, we appreciate you being with us, buddy.
No, it's my pleasure. It's great to see you guys.
Always fun. And yes, two Mansfield, Ohio guys out in the world.
That's
here.
Right,
so
that's right.
Watch out, world. So David, let's jump in here on the new film. This is Aquaman 2. I submitted that David should call this Aquaman 2 Electric Boogaloo. He declined that opportunity. Yeah. Went with Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. So David, where does this film pick up? Like, reintroduce us to these characters, where we left them and where we're finding them now.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the last film ended with Aquaman, Arthur Curry, ascending to the throne of Atlantis, having defeated his evil brother Orm and taking the throne from him. We pick up with him then 5 years later and learning about being a king for the first time and realizing it's not necessarily all he is cracked up to be, that it's not necessarily in what he feels is his skill set, and finds himself at the same time an old enemy coming back from the past, Black Manta, who is back for revenge Black Manta blames Aquaman for killing his father, and he's back for revenge at any cost.
That's right, revenge. You know, what can moviegoers expect from this new Aquaman film? What are some little tips and inside information that you have for us?
You know what? Just a ton of fun. You know, I feel like that's something that people need these days, and it's just a place to go and enjoy a night out with the family and just have a good time. You know, I think, you know, very early on, James Wan, the director, and I kind of bonded on, you know, specifically our love of Silver Age comic books, which said for non-comic book dorks, it's that time between late 1950s and 1970, where there's just sort of a lot of crazy invention happening. The stories are vibrant and big and colorful and completely over the top. And there's never a moment spent thinking, did this really happen? Could he actually talk underwater? No one cares. It's just fun, and it's a real blast. You know, I think one of the inspirations for me, in addition coming into this, was Doug and I grew up playing James Bond and Star Trek, and you know, those were coming out and had their heyday at the same time the Silver Age comic books were out in that Silver Age era. And I think there's a lot of trade-off and that's happening there, where the comic books were you can find influences of James Bond and Star Trek even back in those comic books. It's just sort of an era of wild invention that we had a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, you've got the foundation, my friend. Absolutely. And David, I'm being forced to ask this next question for a friend.
Okay.
What was it like working with Jason Momoa? What kind of gentleman is Jason?
You know what? Jason is great. Jason, and he creatively, he is just a great collaborator. You know, he's got such a distinctive voice. He's a joy to write for. It's fun to put words in his mouth because you know how he's going to deliver them, and you know how much fun he's going to have with it. And you know, when he reads it and he comes back to you and he's like, here's how I'm going to approach this, here's how I want to play this, and we kick it back and forth and go, you know, bounce it around until we find his version of it. So he loves playing Aquaman. He loves this part, and there's a lot of him in this.
Well, my friend, you are living the dream, and we couldn't be prouder of you and your growing catalog of work. We know there's bigger films on the horizon too, but talk about a blockbuster launching tonight, and it's going to be a huge opening weekend. I know Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. David, congratulations, my friend, on this film, and thanks for spending a few minutes. And I hope we can call on you again for your next film that comes out.
I'd love to. We should not just meet like this. We should,
right.
or just do it more often.
Absolutely. Right. Well, we got to get to California.
Yes,
so
we do.
And get the families together too. So
yeah.
We're gonna be in the theater enjoying your good work, sir.
Can't wait. We're totally looking forward to it.
We appreciate it, and we'll see you soon, buddy.
Biggest screen you can.
Okay.
We'll do it.
Awesome.
Appreciate you. And we're back with more after this. Stay with us.